How to lead. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I have a bunch of leadership experience or I'm an expert in leading. But this is just my 2 cents on what I believe from what I've studied of the greatest leaders of all time, the greatest conquerors, the greatest minds, the greatest commanders, the greatest thinkers, the thought leaders. Like from what I've studied, from the people that I've had conversations with, this is what I've learned about leadership. These are the fundamentals that I've kind of sussed out that not a lot of people talk about, because when people talk about leadership, it's always just a bunch of big words that don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know how to be a leader based off of their definitions, because they're just using bigger words that aren't defined. And so I'm gonna try to break it down into behaviors for you so that you can actually lead without having to overthink whether you're doing it right or wrong. First principle is don't try to lead, right? When you try to lead, here's the thing, right? When you try so hard, people can sense that you're trying, but the greatest leaders make it effortless. The greatest leaders don't even make it seem like they're leading. They just do their thing, they just live their life, and people follow them. People rally behind them, right? It's intentional, sure, but when you try so hard to just be a good leader, when you try to do all the things, follow all the directions, follow all the rules, to be a conventional leader, sure, you might be good, like people follow you, but like that's not the type of leadership that changes the world, that changes the trajectory of an empire, right? The kind of leaders that we need are the ones that aren't even trying, but people just rally behind. Like it's an aura, right? You can't try. You just gotta have the aura of somebody that actually leads. And so instead of just giving you a buzzword of aura, let me tell you how to actually behaviorally have this charisma and this aura of the greatest leaders to ever lead. The people that didn't have to try to lead, but they didn't even try. They didn't even try to put themselves in that position, but people and their warriors and their fighters still rallied behind them. Behaviorally, how do you build this aura, this charisma? You literally just have to speak. So it comes down to the way you speak, right? The way you convey your thoughts in your mind. It has to be 100% your own thoughts. You can't say something because you hope to be diplomatic or because you hope to satisfy somebody or you just want to please somebody. You have to speak your mind no matter how controversial, no matter how insane it might sound. You just have to say what you think and speak your mind with a level of conviction that is almost delusional, right? You have to speak it with so much belief and so much conviction, like that you only, like, the only way you're able to do that is if you actually believe it. If you actually authentically believe what you're saying, can you then speak with conviction? So the prerequisite to speaking with conviction is to have fucking conviction. So that's the next principle. Have conviction in the thing you're doing, right? Whatever destination, whatever promised land, whatever goal, whatever trophy you're after as a leader, you need to want that with your entire body, right? Your entire soul should be gravitated towards that one thing, towards that outcome, towards that destination. Like, think about it like a war, right? Your goal should be whatever it is, like to conquer this country, to have peace here, to have a settlement there. It's like you have to have a delusional amount of confidence and conviction that you will get there no matter what. And even if you have to go through, even if you can't go around, even if you have to go through the mountains, lose some men, fight some battles, you still do it because you just have this insane amount of belief that you will get there, right? You are a force of nature, right? You have this aura that people just, they can't even explain why, but they just rally behind you. They still rally behind you because they just believe in you that much. They just know that you have so much conviction, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you speak your mind, it all just adds up into this beautiful, beautiful leader, right? This is how you lead, man. It isn't any woo-woo magic. You're not born to be a leader. mean, some people are born into like a lineage, yeah, whatever. But natural born leaders are a thing, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually do that. You can actually be a leader. You can actually have the behaviors and the characteristics that would be considered a good leader. People want to rally behind somebody that has the aura and the conviction and the charisma and the ability and the delusional confidence to speak their mind without any regard for what anybody else thinks. And then the final principle I'll leave you with is a leader must be willing to get their hands dirty and go on the front lines with their warriors, right? Regardless of what it is, if you're an entrepreneur, a creator, a content creator, a actual military commander, you bet your ass, you better be on that front line. You better be grinding. You better be pulling all-nighters with your team, with your fellow comrades, right? You better be on that front line with the cavalry charging into battle, because that is what inspires, right? The troops around you will look up to you, right? Like imagine yourself on the horse charging into battle. The people, like your troops will see that and they'll be like, yes, bro, like holy fuck, this guy is charging into battle alongside us, and I will fight harder. I will literally go above and beyond because I have so much belief in this guy. He has so much belief in me. Like, that's how you be a leader. You gotta be at the front lines. You gotta be able to get your hands dirty, right? If the business is sinking, if the business is going to crap, you can't just sit back and start like pointing fingers, right? You gotta like strap in and get to work. You know? That is what makes a great leader. That's how you lead. There's no woo-woo magic. You're not born to be a leader. You can become a leader. Goodbye.